Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LBW Network! Right now, feast your eyes on the leader of the Serotonin Stable, the Guardians of the LBW, Larinia! Who's in a most interesting predicament tonight. She's been at odds over her tax return with the IRS. Says she hasn't received it. It's almost, no, it is May, and she has yet to receive her tax return. So tonight, Larinia will be taking on a challenge against someone she's been ranting and raving about, verbally and on Twitter, against this man right here, IRS, Erwin R. Scheister, the head of the IRS. This man says, you know what, Larinia? You haven't been paying your taxes on your mask. So I'm going to give you an offer. Your mask versus your tax return. If you beat me, you get your tax return. But if I win, I collect your mask like a trophy. Like a deer head mounted on a wall. I'll put it above my fireplace. And look at it as I drink my bourbon and smoke my cigar before I go to bed to bang my mediumly attractive wife. His mediocre, mediumly attractive wife. Well, at least he's honest. So let's see if honesty is going to be enough to get him to defeat Larinia. Larinia, one of the 4 members of her stable, Serotonin. The Guardians of the LBW is another name for this stable. She's the leader. The other 3 members are Misty Mouse, Cod Dog, and Von Stott. Von Stott currently holds every active championship in the LBW. For those who haven't been keeping up with the LBW, let me tell you what those titles are. The LBW Tough Enough Championship, his most recent win. The LBW Latin American Championship, one half of the LBW Tag Team titles, and of course the LBW World Championship. Von Stott has gone all in, folks. He's got every active championship in the LBW at this time. He is a Grand Slam champion. He retired the LBW Latin American Championship when he had a best 2 of 3 falls match against Swag Bunny, thus unifying the Junior Heavyweight and the Latin American Championship, creating the LBW Undisputed Latin American Championship. So technically he's held 5 titles, one of which he's retired, but he holds 4 currently, and that makes him an active Grand Slam champion. And what great news that is for Serotonin. They have all the gold in their stable. Their rivaling stable, pardon me, their rivaling stable, the Voodoo Ghouls, led by Papa Shango, they have no championships. Papa Shango leads that. He's got Hannibal Harvey, he's got the Prowler, and he's got Kilgara, the Ancient Dragon. 4 dangerous competitors. We've seen them do countless horrific things. We've seen them outnumber people, attack them, jump people, even the late, great, legendary 4-time LBW World Champion, the King of Wet Food Style, Naokamura, rest his soul, was attacked by all 4 members at once, and he fought them all off the best that he could before management had to get involved and ring the bell. It was not a sanctioned match. It was nothing better than a thug jumping. And I know Larinia has been grinding her teeth, waiting to sink her teeth into the flesh. That is the Voodoo Ghouls, wanting to get revenge for her son, for her kitty, for her world champion, Naokamura. But right now, she's got another battle at mind. As you can see, IRS has been working on the arm, twisting the arm of Larinia. Larinia loves that mask that she wears. It's been passed down through the generations, from her great-great-grandfather to her great-grandfather to her grandfather to her father to her. SOV backstage said that he felt a little jealous that it wasn't passed on to him, being that he's a male. But we still, almost 4 years later, have no proof that SOV is the son of Von Stott. We can't afford a blood test, so there's no proof. Von Stott himself gave this mask to Larinia to wear proudly to the day she became a professional wrestler, which was a secret dream of hers for all these years. She didn't even know she wanted to, but one day she woke up and in her heart she knew it's what she needed to do. And now she's defending the mask, handed down from generation to generation to generation to generation, worn by her great-great-great-grandfather, and now she wears it with pride and defends it with honor against this man, a sick son of a bitch, the IRS. Larinia did not get her tax return, and it's already May of 2021. This guy has no right to withhold that. But he claims that she has not been paying taxes on her mask. that's been handed down for generations. There's no way that's possible. I don't think there's such thing as a mask tax. I think he's making this up, but I'm not educated enough to call him out properly. So we have this match to settle this once and for all. This is legal tenure, folks. This is legal. We have this signed on paper. We had a backstage signing. Oh my gosh. We had a contract signing back in our boardroom, and by boardroom I mean catering. We had to put it on top of a pizza box, a clipboard, about the size of that wooden shard that she just hit him with. I guess this is no count on, no disqualification. We weren't told anything. So, but the referee's not doing anything about it, so I'm assuming that's just the ruling. The communication is great here. Wait a second. Oh, pile driver to Larinia. Her mask is at stake right now. If Larinia loses, she loses her mask. If she defeats IRS, she gets her tax return. Oh my goodness, 1 second away from losing her mask. If she loses, she has to unmask for the rest of her career. And if she refuses to remove the mask, by law, she has to retire. And I know she doesn't want to retire. She's the leader of a very successful stable, one of which of the members has every active title on the roster. The barbaric bastard wants on her father. And I imagine losing the mask would only lower the momentum she has going into Low Budget Mania 3. And I know she wants to be there, and she wants to make the late, great, legendary 4-time World Heavyweight Champion, King of Wet Food Style Nakamura proud. She's not going to back down to IRS. She's not going to back down to the Voodoo Ghouls. You can take anybody, you can put it in her face, and she will headbutt them until her goddamn fucking nose is broken. Until blood paints the pavement red. She will fight, she will claw, she will do whatever it takes to defend the honor of Nakamura, to keep the Voodoo Ghouls away from the championships, to keep serotonin running through the coursing veins of the LBW embodiment. Once upon a time, serotonin wanted to take over the LBW, create a new world order, but then the Voodoo Ghouls came in. They ran rampant. They injected themselves into the bloodstream like some kind of poison, like some kind of cancer. Then serotonin had to change sails. They had to change direction. They had to change who they were, what they stood for, and what they were about to do. And that is now defending the LBW as the guardians of LBW. Beautiful maneuver there by IRS. Mask versus tax return for the first time ever in LBW history, and most likely wrestling history. Oh, beautiful kick there by IRS. If Larinia loses her mask before Low Budget Mania 3, what will that do for her group? What will that do for her momentum? What will happen if she loses the mask that's gone back at least, what was it, 3-4 generations? Her great-great-great-grandfather, the originator of that mask. Wait a minute, Larinia goes for the roll-up! 1, 2, yes! Yes, she does it! Larinia keeps the mask, and she gets her tax return legally by paperwork! Suck on that, IRS, you son of a gun! Now give us a 4th stimulus check, you son of a biscuit! Congratulations to the leader of serotonin,